12 Hub Podcast supplement. Is it, what do they call it when you do like? Is it auxiliary, supplemental, extra, extra,
Gosh, extra
extra
I don't know.
supplementary?
0.5.
0.5. All right, cool. You and I here. We saw the Cool Kicks news came out today, which kind of been floating around social media amongst people in the space who pay attention to this shit about how they are selling. Well, they're selling fake sneakers, right? Or have been selling fake sneakers.
Allegedly, and supposedly they were raided for that by let me get my facts straight. LAPD, specifically the Bunco, BUNCO forgery division, which handles fraud and counterfeit, raided their warehouse linked to Cool Kicks.
Wait a second. Really?
Yes.
I'll look at that. It's wider. Okay. Give me a second. I got to pull up the article here. TMZ reported on this. Surprisingly, TMZ and Fox News and TMZ. Well, TMZ is owned by Fox. Tend to get breaking news right. I don't know if you know. They tend to break stories and report on them correctly. But the rest of them is just a propaganda machine. But that's a whole other story.
That is. So it does bring in the question too about like Whatnot, right? As
because they sold a lot on Whatnot.
It's a ton. So I feel like that catapulted a lot of these resellers as personalities, right? So clickable.
But I think that let's just look at this real quick. Let's go over the details here. Adeel or Champagnekapi was a 33-year-old that was arrested around. He sells to so many celebrities too. I keep forgetting. Felony charge of receiving known stolen property over $950. Sham is scheduled to appear in Los Angeles court. So beginning of the raid appearing. What the fuck was that? Abrupt saying, Sham's stream on Whatnot. Oh, they got raided during a Whatnot stream?
So it was on Whatnot, and you heard something in the background, and all of a sudden he's like, are they there? Are they at the door? And if you click on that link I sent you, it shows that clip on Instagram where he was live streaming and and all of a sudden he ended the live stream because he was like, shit.
Snap.
You saw that, like, literally the blood just rushed out of him out of, sheer fear.
I mean, what does Trump like to say now?
What doesn't he like to say?
Fuck around and find out. FAFO. FAFO. That's what happens. There you go. I don't. This is why I it's tough when you get that large in the space. That you have to resort to these tactics to keep sales up and everything. Because I'll give you this much: two kicks, man. J2 kicks. I know whenever there were accusations of him selling fake stuff or doing crazy shit, he always addressed them and made it a point to make sure that his audience and whatever and rectify. So if they did buy a fake sneaker, he would let you return it or whatever, And I know Troll Mageddon exposed them and all that stuff, but I kind of I'll give him a little grace because at least he kind of tried to mitigate a lot of that stuff with his consigners and everybody. But this is just crazy because I know Kari was telling me that Cool Kicks, there's pictures of them receiving packages from just big brown boxes and people filming them unloading the trucks, and you see them opening up. It's just loose sneakers in plastic bags, and then they have to assemble the Nike boxes. Now, I don't know how when people buy, when you're just buying from a reseller or whatever, you want everything pristine. You don't take apart the box, or you know what I mean. You send it to them either bubble wrap in a.
But I have a couple friends that collapse their boxes because they don't all this the last year.
Yeah. Okay. So they collapse their boxes for.
They do, and they store the boxes.
Wait, you're breaking up a little bit. I think your video froze up. What were you saying? Go ahead. It's catching up now.
I was just saying some of them break down their boxes and they store their boxes broken down. So.
Oh no, that's fine. But you're getting a whole case of sneakers that are all weird. The same. That are all
and
broken down. Yeah.
And constantly getting the amount of sneakers that they get, it makes you wonder, are there that many collectors in the world? Like, are we really more than we think we are? Or are we just recycling the same shoes and they're just making their ways around? Because like a couple of the SB sellers, like, dude, they got stuff that is old and just super hard to get. And they're pumping out DS pairs. I'm like, that's crazy. This shoes from like 2009.
Dude, I mean, like the marketplace now with the way that they can easily replicate these things in some factory somewhere in India, China, anywhere. Just
but some of the age stuff, though, some of the stuff that's aged is hard. I mean, that's hard to fake.
It's not about having. It's not about it looking a certain way or whatever. Only real collectors want the patina.
Yeah, that's true.
People who just want to, flex. You know what I mean? You know how many fake chunky? We talking about chunky Dunkies and Grateful Deads.
Yeah, I mean,
you know how many fakes of those are out there that and all of them are clean.
And the Freddy Kruegers. I love when I see a pair of Freddy Kruegers. I'm like, there was 36 or 38 pairs ever made and never released, and you see them floating in the wild. Get out of here! Come on.
And then some random teenager at a sneaker con is selling those alongside
like,
every PE Michigan shoe or North Carolina shoe ever made by Jordan Brand. Like, how do you have all the PE Jordan 5s? Like, in a full size run? Like, what are you doing?
I know, right? Like, it just doesn't happen. You just don't stumble across that.
Let me tell you, anybody who buys PEs out there, if you're getting most of the PEs that are sold in the market are from athletes that did not make it to the pros, and they're looking for some bread, so they'll sell it to a reseller or a store. They're wearing size 12 to 18. Right? Yep. If you see a size 9 floating around of a PE, bro, and look, I know they give them the staff, but those are there's less of those than there are of the actual, bigger sizes. Because I think like aren't players like seeded maybe 2 pairs sometimes or whatever.
Yeah, sometimes. Yeah, it's crazy. I got a buddy on TikTok, Mr. Thomas. He collects nothing but PEs. He's got a deep collection of PEs. But yeah, I mean, he works hard to get those things, man. That's not an easy. You got to have connections. You got to know people. And every now and again, they'll pop up for resale for an insane price. But
yeah. Anyway, we're here to talk about Cool Kicks and what they're doing. Let's see. My man got raided here.
Chat. What the fuck was that? Oh, gameplay down there. What is that? Here? Chat? I don't know. What the fuck is happening? Did somebody swat us? I'll be back, chat. Is it really? Is it a prank?
No. There's no more. All right. So yeah, he thought he got swatted, and well,
he may have. And I have to say, like, a lot of people were accusing some of these streamers as passing off fakes, right? So you can only do that for so long before the community basically stands up and says no more.
Well, Whatnot and even TikTok, there's no verification process. You're buying direct to consumer. So,
which is interesting, right? So how do you, and if you kind of tease it out there with the resellers on Whatnot, if you say, yo, you're selling fake, they get so pissed. They get so mad. It's like instant trigger warning. And I get it. Like, I don't like being accused of having fake sneakers, but man,
I wouldn't sell anything.
Something just isn't jiving. Something just isn't jiving.
You gotta think like, I dabble in the resale, and I sell everything on the apps because, and I haven't even gotten to the eBay stuff like that. I bought on eBay, but I don't sell on there. It's a little more complicated.
So I have a Whatnot sell. Like, I got approved. I can sell on Whatnot if I want.
Okay.
You're right. There is nothing that stops me from passing off a fake shoe. Nothing. Mm-hmm. There's no process, no authentication. So that you're literally trusting the person on camera that they're not a piece of shit.
No, most of the time they are. There was another app that kind of pioneered this. I forgot. Network. Remember Network app? You ever use them?
I don't remember that. No.
Really? So I wonder if I still have it on my phone. I bought a pair of custom. I don't have it on my phone. I deleted it after I bought that piece of shit. This guy was on a customizer, was selling Sakai waffles, customized, right? And he did a Freddy Krueger Sakai waffle, which I thought at the time, because the one he showed on the live stream was sick. It looked sick. I was like, oh shit. And and he's like, yeah, we use the white Sakai as a template for it, and I thought it was real. Obviously wasn't, and they customized it. They cut out the leather they had like a double swoosh. I'll bring it out one day for the podcast. I gotta find out where it is. But I get this shoe in the mail. I wait 3 weeks, or like 3 weeks, month, whatever, and I open it up and I look at it. The whole thing yes, it was done, but like it had a double swoosh, and the double swoosh was peeling off. So they glued it down. The swooshes were cut different sizes. It looked like crap. And then I look at the box. They weren't even trying to hide that it was a fake. Like it had no bar, like all the tell just from the label, I could tell it was a fake. The fonts on the label were super thin font, and I compared it to a real Sakai that I had, and it was just like totally off. And I looked at the shoe, even the insole. I pulled it. I was like, oh god, this is basically a fake shoe with shitty customizations done on it, and I paid $600 for it. So I was like, never again, never again, never again.
That's a tough price point too.
I did a whole video on this thing. Actually, I should just show the video, but I did a whole video. I tagged them in it and everything. They didn't respond, and that guy's probably still selling shit. Like whatever, but that's what you get. Like you got to understand, man. Like the marketplace is so saturated with trash and trash people selling stuff, and just everybody trying to get one off, and take advantage of the next man. And I can see how Cool Kicks does that. They're more they number one, they undercut all the people that they buy from. Like you see in those Rami those Rami videos, right? He's like, oh, like somebody brings in a pristine pair of Kobe whatever's. And it's like, give you like 120. And it's like, but it's 200 on StockX. And like, nah, we're trying. We have a lot of these. He always says that we have a lot of these. And next thing they sell it for 120. They need the cash.
And then they flip it for a huge profit.
Yeah, if that. But they get so much foot traffic from like whatchamacallit, like tourists and all that stuff. And then think about store credit. I never thought about this. When they give you store credit, and now if they're selling fakes or stolen merchandise, that store credit is kind of
pointless, right?
Pointless. Yeah, it's like, okay, you're gonna give me a fake or stolen shoe. Like, what is?
But here's the thing, and you dabble in resell. I think resellers have really killed the ability to. They attack the community in a way. It's like that's why I don't like the name sneakerhead. Right. Back in the day, we were, you called people that smoke crack base heads, right? So I feel like it's a negative term, and you get these resellers that become our drug dealers and pushing sneakers as, feeding the craving for this crazy addiction. But Whatnot took it to another level.
Oh, yeah.
It created a flurry, and Whatnot was founded in 2019. I mean, that's a pretty aggressive growth.
Well, they did the influencer thing.
Yeah,
dog. They got,
but that's aggressive. Even with I mean, I get it's a different marketing plan now with influencers to get it viral, but that's still impressive growth and highly valuable. I mean, in January 2025, they raised $265 million.
Yeah, well, their game plan in the beginning. So when they started, they booked up all of the big sneaker influencers during the pandemic. These guys got caked up to do Whatnot streams, and you see all of them. Tony D. Too Wild, Kaista Omar, Cool Kicks, everybody who had a YouTube page with a follow. They hit me up when I was doing my thing, just as a small creator. Like, hey, you want to start an account? I got hit up by them early, and this is when I only had like 2,000 subscribers on my page, and I'm like, what am I gonna do? So I don't know. I don't take many. like I get Temu hits me up all the time, like you want to do stuff, like whatever. I'm not. I look at it and whatnot. I didn't even know what whatnot was back then, so I thought it was some bullshit. So I just not turned it down, just ignored it. But I would probably do it now if they were offering a bag. But it's if I get on, but like they booked up all these guys, so you have like a trust thing. They have an audience that trusts them, and they're selling their collection sometimes or whatever. So then the sneaker resellers got into it, Cool Kicks and all these other people. And do I trust them? No, I don't trust anything, any resale shop for that, any little hole in the wall in the mall, all that bullshit. Because
there's but also some of the stuff they're selling, like some of the other collectors, SBs and Supreme. I don't know if you ever check any of the Supreme streams. Like some people are going way back to the early 2000s of Supreme and have pristine or new condition stuff and boxes of it. I'm like, where are you getting that? Where does that even come from? It's crazy to me the amount of inventory from just Supreme that a lot of these people have, like old. I mean, I've been fucking with Supreme since 94. And I'm seeing stuff on these streams. I was like, yo, that is crazy that they're pulling that out. And it's dead stock? No way. No way.
Oh, still in the plastic baggies and everything?
Yeah. Still labels. I bought a skate deck from one of the Supreme streams. And it's a lot of it's B grade shit. So I don't know.
So you think it's stuff that was just in some warehouse somewhere, then
damaged? They couldn't sell it because it was B grade or there was an imperfection, so they wholesale.
Yeah.
But they would put that out in the wild.
I mean, yeah, Nike does that, and they release it through their outlets, right? So
yeah, but they stamp it.
Yeah.
So at least you know.
Most people don't. I wouldn't have known if somebody didn't say look for that stamp, and they don't put it on the on the label. They don't put it on the actual price label, right?
No, they put it on the inside of the shoe.
Yeah, so it's like marked down. But either way, like I don't trust the resale market after all the hoopla about like people selling fakes and having a ton of fakes. Like Kari and I always say, the only time we know we believe it's authentic is when we buy it ourselves directly from Nike. And in some cases, it's a little sketchy if you're buying from Foot Locker or whatever, just because you don't even know anymore what the fuck they're doing with them backdooring everything and then potentially.
Exactly.
How do you know they're not? Because these are all like aren't Foot Lockers like franchised? Are they franchised or are they? I don't know. I'm making this up. Maybe.
I don't think so, but I could be wrong. I
don't know. But who knows? Like these companies could be doing that bullshit too. Like buying Fugazi stuff from some Chinese factory or somewhere, and then having reselling early to resellers that cater to a certain marketplace or whatever on these releases, or selling them right to fucking StockX and GOAT.
Yeah, exactly.
Or selling right on StockX and GOAT.
It's not a franchise, by the way.
Okay, then I mean, but everybody's doing something shady because I know didn't Foot Locker partner up with GOAT? At some point, I remember I read a story we talked about on the podcast a while back. I think they did partner up with GOAT a while ago.
I don't know. That would be weird.
Yeah, I know.
Yes, Foot Locker had a formal partnership investment stake in GOAT.
Yeah, amazing.
2019.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, that's
$100 million they invested.
Yeah, so these people put $100 million into a reselling platform.
So that's how it happened. So interesting. So I'm part of the VIP program for GOAT, right? So I have a guy that hits me up when they get early releases or when he knows he's. So I got hit up.
Oh, is that from buying a lot?
I actually don't buy much from GOAT, so it was weird. I just got an email, and I was like, "Cool, yeah, I'll sign up. Doesn't cost anything." So every couple weeks, I get a list of sneakers that I can buy before anyone else. And the Voodoos are coming out, right? The Voodoo 2s. And I got hit up 3 months ago to buy that shoe for resale. And I would have had it already. So Foot Locker,
what's the pricing
ironically enough, they wanted a lot. So I think it was in a size 12. I think they wanted 5.
That's not even due when those come out. That's gonna drop down to like 2 something. Easy.
Right. So, but it's interesting because all the retailers are getting that shoe. You're seeing them pop up in the release feeds already. So Foot Locker's getting them, Finish Line, JD Sports. So all those 3 alone, that's a big deal, right? So there's a lot of stock coming at that shoe.
Yeah.
Hopefully for everyone that wants to pick it up, go check your
Don't
Foot
worry.
Locker feed. So
I
but
like
yeah,
the originals. I'm gonna get these. They're blue, right? These like a blue ones, right?
Yep.
Yeah,
I got the
like
originals. The originals are nice. It's a
Yeah.
great shoe. That is
Yeah.
a great shoe. But it's weird, man. I think that's super weird that they're literally back. Like, how does Nike not do anything? I
They
feel
don't
like
do
that's-
anything because again, it
They get
helps
paid.
their bottom line. It helps their bottom line in the long term. Rarity, like with Louis Vuitton and all this stuff. When people get the real thing, they feel like they just won the fucking video game. They just beat the, like, I'm serious. Like when they finally hit a Travis Scott for retail on the sneakers app after trying 9 million times, after they walk into a Foot Locker. Even like Kari, remember he said we was talking about the shattered backboards. Like he was like, "Yo, they're
Yeah.
just sitting," but I got it felt good to walk into the store and actually be able to buy them or whatever.
It does.
Yeah. So
it does. It takes you back to when you actually had to step out, right? And you actually had to walk into somewhere and interact with somebody and pick up a pair of shoes. So it's kind of nice. It's kind of nice.
Well, I'm hoping that some of this stuff gets. I can't. Yeah, the cool kicks, huh? I never liked this guy
to
anyway.
see where this guy. He gets a lot of heat, man. He definitely gets a lot of heat.
I like the social media thing that they did, like having the celebrities shop through there, and Rami is a great guy. He's a great kid. Like I seeing him grow up in that store. He started there when he was a teenager. Now he's like a huge social media person. So the careers and people that they put on and did things with, I appreciate. But also that guy, I just didn't like him. Champagnekapi or whatever his name is. I don't even know. Adeel. I just never liked him. He speaks very aspirationally and all that stuff, and I guess he's a smart businessman, but like again, with reselling sneakers in this climate, doing it at the scale that they're doing it at, it's hard to keep up and stay in business. And I think that they did have to resort to some kind of shady tactics, either buying stolen merch or the Fugazis from across the water. And you have to, like, once you get into that, I mean, dude, once you're exposed to that shit, like buying things in bulk and whatever, because you follow Trollmageddon, right? So he talks about that shit all the time. He's plugged in with these people. He's basically selling for them, but he's saying that it's fake, so I guess that's fine. But he keeps getting banned on TikTok and all that stuff. They hate him, like all the sneaker thing, because he does his videos. They're super creative. Like he has fun with it, but he'll show a shoe that he pulls out, like he pulled out M&M 4s and all this crazy shit.
Crazy.
Straight, and he's looking, like, does a whole review on it, does this thing where he talks shit about whoever he feels like talking shit about that day. And you look at these sneakers and it's like, damn. He opens up the box, he shows the box, everything looks so good. I'm like, damn, I'm doing the right. Why am I chasing after some of these? Because you think like I could just go ahead and use that little WeShare link or whatever you just put on the thing, and WeChat, I mean, and just go ahead and buy it from somebody over there, pay basically retail, wait a couple of weeks, and it's here. But the person that my soul hurts because I've never purposely bought a fake shoe. Or
I can't do it. I just can't. You can. I gotta. I can't. I don't want to. I'm like, I ain't buying. I ain't buying. I'm not buying fake designer either, right? Like, I'm not gonna go buy fake Supreme or fake Louis or Prada or, Gucci, any of that shit. I'm not buying that shit. If I can't afford it, I can't afford it. My dad used to say this one thing to me all the time. He goes, "If you have to ask how much it costs, you can't afford it."
Exactly. So. Yeah. Oh, that's an old saying. I've heard that many times. I just don't ask about prices. No, I'll walk into like expensive car dealerships, like the one, you see like a Bentley dealership in those fancy malls. I'll just walk. I don't ask for no prices. I just look around like, I'm shopping around.
Now you don't have the color I want. Sorry.
You don't have the color. I'm out. But I feel like that adage, what you just said, or your dad said, or whoever told him that, or whatever, how we all heard it, this kind of doesn't matter anymore. Price does matter. People want they don't care if it's the best. They just want the label, right? And when you see all of these, like when I was in Italy, right? I mean, you know that you've seen that fake Supreme store. I went by there. I think it's in forgot where it was at. We were there. I saw the store. It's Supreme. They just use a slightly different font. and they have everything in there, all the but it's different. It's just branded stuff. So they'll sell like t-shirts. They won't have all the like collabs looking stuff or unique things. White t-shirts, black t-shirts, a couple of jackets, hoodies, things like that with just the box logos. And that's what they do. And people buy because the box logo is like the most sought after thing. And what average
everyone
person
wants the box logo?
Yeah, we can't even we wouldn't be able to tell that from the real one unless we saw them side by side. We're like, oh, it's leaning. The S is leaning a little further to the right than the other one.
The clothing, like the counterfeit clothing, is way worse than shoes because literally it's way easier.
Yeah, it's easier to make that stuff. It's just stitching some fabric together. So, you know, I've never seen a fake bag or dealt in fake bags, fake Rolexes and stuff. My dad had a fake Rolex. Shit, yo, he wore that shit. It was broken. You know, you can tell a fake Rolex, right? With the date thingy on there.
There's a lot of different ways to it. The stamping, although they've gotten better too, right? So even they're stamping in the right places, but
yeah,
I just the counterfeit goods are just, I don't know. I just can't get into it. I have a buddy of mine. That's all he rocks is reps. He won't buy real. I was like, dude, you're paying like $120 for reps. I don't get it.
And you're wearing it. If he's wearing it, then it's fine. If he's collecting it, that's weird.
It's just weird. Like you're spending close to retail for this stuff anyway. So, and he's not buying like super hype shit. So it's weird. I was like, I can't even believe they faked that shoe.
Why don't you just buy it on StockX then? You could get it for cheaper if it's not hype.
I don't. Yeah,
that's
people
so
are
weird.
just weird.
Yeah, and then you buy it. Yeah, to get it early. Like, oh, I needed that Vomero 5 early. Like, what are we talking about?
I don't even
here?
know. Like, do they even make fake Vomero 5s? I was like, is that even a thing?
I saw one of these sneaker guys. They went to China. You know, the underground malls and stuff with all this stuff. Dude, they have fakes of everything. It's crazy. They have hybrids. I seen a Air Max Yeezy. They just make an Air Max Yeezy. I was like, what? That's crazy. And people buy the shit because they don't care. They're just like, oh, looks good, I'll wear it. And China's totally different because they have access to everything at not necessarily cheaper, because obviously their economy is smaller. It's a smaller retail economy. So things are a bit cheaper. But like for that, like they get all types of crazy fakes that people just buy because they like. And it's just different mentality. Over here, it's all about the labels and the status and all that other bullshit. While over there, it's like, yeah, what looks good. The rich people love the Louis Vuitton and all that other crap, but they'll even rock the fakes. They just want the look. They just want to look like the American and do all that stuff. We'll spend our last on a fucking iPhone and all this other crap just to have it first, and all, while they're making a dupe of it with Android on it that looks like iOS, which is. You know, have you seen the duped iOS that they have on these fake iPhones?
Yeah, same thing. Isn't the Ghost phone almost identical to what an iPhone looks like? I don't know if you've seen those. I think I
know what you're talking about. Yeah, it looks like iOS. Oh, on the new Huawei. Is it Huawei? They did a whole. I think it's Huawei. No, Xiaomi. Xiaomi did a 17. They jumped. They went with their regular. They just did this year just to compete with Apple. They came out with a model 17 and made Pro Max, all that stuff, made it identical to the shape and look of what the iPhone looks like, and the operating system. But somebody did. I think MPA BHD. One of these guys did a whole. Oh no, the Indian guy, Mr. Whatever, the British Indian guy who does tech stuff. I know you've probably seen his videos, but he did a whole review on this phone, and the operating system looks exactly like Apple iOS. It's just Android, and it does all the same shit too. Like it does all the the floating things and all that crap, but it's just on an Android platform. So like everything is like I guess our mentality as hardworking Americans, because that American dream aesthetic is fading fast. Like our children don't give a fuck about it.
Yep.
Our elders are. I mean, I see old people. I live in the Midwest. They are buying old shit off of Temu like nothing. They don't care. They're like, I saw a pair of cool. It looks like a Yeezy. What I see I see all the time. The old lady rocking some like something that looks like a Yeezy, but it was like $44 or something like on Temu or whatever. Right? Everybody's buying all this shit. They don't care about the brand name anymore. Only people like us and people with, or new, they get like, yeah, they just don't
Adult money.
whatever. I don't even know. Like, yo, bro, like 99% of America's like at the poverty line, probably at this point. I would assume this, and I don't know. Poverty line for me is middle class. I can't. If I was middle class today, I would be consider myself in poverty. I'm dead serious.
I don't even. So here's a question though: is there a middle class anymore?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There is no middle class. Like you either have a bit or you have nothing. But that's like, it's like, what's the extreme? And people who are in that quote unquote middle class, you got to be making what, like combined household income at least 150 a year, right? That's what they said. Just to be able to almost afford a house or a house in the hood or some bullshit. Like you can't buy nice shit anymore. Have a nice house, have a car on less than high mid six.
I don't even know how you do it at 150 grand a year on double income. Like literally, I don't.
Yeah,
like rent alone,
and having
like
kids?
Not even buying. It's crazy.
Dog. If I didn't,
it's crazy.
If I didn't make commissions, my thing is very commission heavy based off of my client engagements with the with the stuff. I would not. My base salary I could not even last a few months on that. Not even. I would be underwater. I'd be taking out loans and credit cards, all types of shit just to keep up. So
it's tough, man. It's and I don't see it getting any better anytime soon. But
well, I mean, just gotta do what you gotta do, man. And everybody,
hey,
I get scared about the future, but got to live for today, I guess. It's not getting any
worrying
better.
about it ain't gonna solve it. So
yeah, I know, right? And then what do you think? You got to do something. I mean, what can you do? We could probably talk about this more on the politics podcast because there's nothing like people are hurting, and it's like, how come there's so much money out there that but the rich people want all of it. Like the very super wealthy just want all of it for no good reason. And it's not, they don't want stuff. They don't even want power. They'll say, hey, stupid Donald Trump, you be the power. We just want to control everything with technology, with all this stuff. And then and what benefit do you reap from that in the long term? Are they just like all Dr. Evil now? What's going on? Like it's just
it begs the question, how much is enough? Right? Like honestly, and then why don't we look into philanthropy, or how are they giving back? So there's a lot of things, right? So you could even get biblical. If you think about it, it's easier. The Bible verse, right? I'm not making this a religious podcast, but if you think about it, like it's easier for a camel to go through the eye of a needle than someone who is rich to enter the kingdom of God. So, like literally, how do you dip your toes into the Christian realm, knowing that that's a particular verse that is very strong in the Word? You're supposed to take care of people.
Yeah.
Right? At the end of the day, that's what we should be doing. Not generating enough wealth to get on a list to be top 10. And what are you doing? What good are you providing other than being a name on a list? I'm sure we could give people the benefit of the doubt, but I don't know. It's kind of like sneakers. When is it enough? How many pairs do we need? I just went through and cataloged almost all my sneakers, and I was disgusted with myself. Like literally, I sat there, and thank God my wife is an absolute angel. I sat there and I'm like, I am so sorry. I have a problem. I got over 500 and I'm like, I'm not even done. I'm like, wow, this is just unnecessary. That desire, that need is crazy. And every new drop, like the LeBrons today, right?
Dog.
No
You
one's
see that?
wearing that shoe.
You see that box behind me?
No.
You see a little Nike check behind me?
Oh yeah, I see it.
Yeah. See, that's right there.
Yeah.
Right there.
You got them?
No. That's a Nike DNA Pata. They were sitting, and I was so pissed because I hadn't bought a sneaker in like almost 2 weeks. I was like, these are sitting. Let me just go buy them and see what it's like. I'll do a video on it. I just got them today. I bought them on Tuesday or something. It just popped up today. I opened the box. I looked at it. This is ugly. Threw it on the thing. It's gonna. I don't know why I bought it. I know the DNA is not comfortable. I know Pata put some leather on it. Like, why the fuck is it leathered out? And I'm looking at it. And I open, and I didn't even get the good color. I bought the fucking brown one or whatever. I just like, I got enough whatever color that shoe is. Let me go ahead and buy this thing. And I bought it. I mean, I just took a glance at it. It's packaged nicely, but yeah, to your point, it's like
it's a compulsion. It's not even wearing the shoe. It's literally just the hunting. We are always hunting.
Yeah.
So it's crazy.
How long does that dopamine hit last for you now? So
not
look,
long.
once I get past, I open up the box. I don't even use. I used to open it up with a box cutter. Now I just rip the tape. I go in. The minute I get that smell, I'm like, oh, new shoe smell. I open up the paper. I put it in my hand, and like for maybe 3 seconds, it feels great. Like, oh shit, I got it. And then I'm like, all right, back in the box, in the pile. That's it.
We're identical. Same way. And even to me, it's just opening the box, not the shipping box, but the sneaker box, and then just peeling back the paper and seeing the shoe, and then I'm.
That's it. You don't even take it out.
No. You know why? Because I'm so sick of Nike QC. I look over the shoe and I'm like so OCD. I'm like, there's a glue stain here. The suede is napped up wrong here. And so I start to over rotate on everything. I'm like, it drives me crazy. So I don't even take it out of the box anymore because I'm like, fuck it.
I used to, and because I do resell, sometimes I don't look at the fucking shoe to even QC it for myself to see if I should return it. I just open it up, make sure it's in the box. There's two pieces in there. That's it. So one time recently, I didn't even look at it. I just put it in the stack. I sold something. It was what was it? Oh, the Gore-Tex infrared Air Max 90. So for some reason people love that shoe. I just resold mine for like 200 something bucks. Right. I go into the closet where it's at, and I'm like, where is it? Where is it? Bro. I saw a brown because I have my Air Max 90s in a place. A certain place. Some of them. Like the DS ones or doubles. I have doubles. So I remember that I bought an extra pair on sale. And when I got it, I knew what it was. I didn't even open the box, the brown box. I just put it in the stacks in the brown box, unlabeled, nothing. And I was freaking out because I just sold the shit. And I was like, where is this? And I'm looking at that brown box, and it was on top of another the same info. I have 2 pairs. Like, oh, I opened it up. There it was. You know, I don't like, because I knew I wanted to keep 1 pair, but I knew I had 2 pairs. But I just didn't realize that it was not even open the box. So that's how bad it is for me. Like, sometimes I don't even open boxes, bro. It's like, it's terrible.